Keep looking at the ceiling. All right, I'm going to give you all a link to look at. This is CBS making up shit about the Oath Keepers, man. They got video of this man. Uh, Clear cut video talking about it. And then supposedly this man goes into the Capitol, and then they don't have no more video or audio of this man. They're just saying what they said, what they heard he possibly said. Yet again, they're making up shit just to demonize people. They had all this proof of evidence all the way up to when he supposedly went into the Capitol. And then no more video, no more audio. And they just kept making up words and making up words and making up words and making up words to make this man look worse. They were demonizing him. You can watch that whole story right there and you'll see the demonization and the lie. This is the brave new world we're going into, people. Lies, more and more and more and more and more. And guess what? You won't have a platform to listen to anything else but them. The rate things are going. Yeah, that's left the news. I ain't letting it leave my news. Parler's family, the people, the man that owns Parler, after he announced he was going to be able to reopen Parler, has now had to go into hiding. His family has to go into hiding. Why? Just because he gives an alternative place for people to speak and have a free thought. And he never said you couldn't be left. He never said you couldn't be right. He never said you couldn't be Tea Party. He never said you couldn't be Republican. He never said you couldn't be Democrat. He never said anything about that for his platforms. But yet they're attacking him so bad that his family has to go into freaking hiding. I never seen anything on his site that said you have to be a right wing nutcase to come to my side. And you can't be a left wing nutcase and come to my side. I never seen anything on there saying that. And yet they demonized this man so bad that he had to go into hiding, and his family has to go into hiding. There's a brave new world, people. I know that, Michigan, Florida. I've said that before. I've had that argument with people before. Uh, totally had that argument with that people before. Right. I agree with you, Michigan, Florida. I do, but And by the way, long time no see, buddy. How you doing? I hope you're doing well, man. Been a long time since I've seen that name. I hope you're doing well. Uh, when you sit there and you see that, just because this guy was a group with a group, Happy New Year's to you too, Michigan, Florida. Just because this guy is with a group called the Oath Keepers. The Oath Keepers, so you know, is a very strict constitutionalist group. They love the Constitution. They carry constitutions around in their pocket and will pull it out and quote it word for word, and they can go right page to page anywhere you want. I've met oath keepers before, different oath keepers before, back in the back in the mid '90s and all. And they think anybody who takes the oath to defend it should be doing exactly what they say they should do, that they took an oath to do. Otherwise, why take the oath? Why make yourself a liar? Why make yourself look bad? That's what they say. They believe in the Constitution, and now they're considered a terrorist group, according to CBS. Hold on here. So, wouldn't that make Nancy Pelosi? Wouldn't that make any Democrat that's used the Constitution to defend their actions in any way, shape, or form a terrorist group? Wouldn't that make anybody in the United States? That means everybody, if you go by that definition. Then they make up, they had video, they had audio, and then all of a sudden, he supposedly goes into the Capitol. And but they said he was talking on his phone and he was giving out these orders and he was telling people to do it and it was live streamed and it was, but they don't have the video or audio of it. They had video and audio of everything, of other things he said. So how can they have video and audio of him at one point and then not the other? Don't that sound like it's made up bullshit to you? Just me. But that's what we're looking at right now. And believe me, you left wingers, don't think they won't do it to you when they're done with you. Which I hate to tell you, Biden has showed he's done with you. Remember, he refused to talk to your leaders. Oops, BLM. He refused to talk to them. So don't think he ain't gonna do that to you. He ain't gonna he ain't gonna stop that bullshit from happening to you once he's completely and fully done with you. No, I watch it only because of the simple fact. Uh, uh, I ain't even gonna say your name because I I want to know what's going on with them so I know what type of bullshit they're feeding to other people. So I could say do a story like this and show you how much bullshit they just fed you in one 30 second clip. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. That's probably less than that. I wouldn't even give it 30 seconds. They fed you so much bullshit. It wasn't even funny. They shoveled it on you to where it was above your ears just to demonize one man. It's leaked into your brain then way too long. If you think it's leaking into mine, I don't see how it's leaking into mine when I'm actually calling them out on what they did wrong. Wow. That shows you the stupidity of a man that has a name like that. A man that has a name like that already is showing his stupidity to come into this come in this room with a name like that. That shows you how stupid he is to begin with. And then he tries to accuse me of watching way too much mainstream media when I'm calling out mainstream media for their wrongs. Wow. Actually, everybody knows my name is Will or William. Everybody. And I'll gladly say my name is Will or William. I have never hid my name from anybody. That shows you again your stupidity. Have I, Michigan, Florida? I've never hid my name from anybody at any given time. Michigan, Florida's known me for a while there. What's your name there, Mr. Man? What's your name, Mr. Man? What's your real name, Mr. Man? You think Bryant Gumbel, real name is Bryant Gumbel? Do you think Lemon's name, real name is Lemon? Do you think Mr. Frenchie's name is Mr. Frenchie? I don't think so. I'm not making fun of your name. I'm saying I won't say your name out loud. That's a entirely different thing, Mr. Man. Hey, Juanito, what's up? Hope you're doing well. I just said I wouldn't say your name out loud. I did say that's the stupidity of a person who would name themselves that. I don't know why anybody would want to name themselves that, honestly. Most likely Douglas Howard. Most likely. But I don't care. Hey, it's a raccoon man. Raccoon man. See, I can say that. See, I can't say your name, and that's why I'm saying it's so stupid without possibly having the chance of being censored now. Because they might figure if I say that name out loud, I might offend someone's delicate ears. And that's why I says it's so stupid to come in here and have a name like that and then expect me to want to read what you got to say and say your name. Or have you not been hearing? They want to protect people's delicate ears from stuff like that. It just might make someone cringe. It might hurt their feelings. It might do something. Or ain't you been listening? And that ain't mainstream talking that shit either. But it's good to know. Well, then I could call you Alexander, Mr. Man. How's that? There we go. Yeah, I can't even say the F bomb without possibly getting censored now. You know how hard it's going to be for me to talk on this thing without saying a curse word? Me? Not saying a curse word? It's going to be hard. Okay, then I'll call you Mr. Man from now on. Mr. Man. So that's how that goes. I'll just call you Mr. Man. Hey, DSS. Yeah, weren't you? Haven't you been listening? If I say that on my channel, I have the. If I say a curse word, cuss word, it's a cuss word, not a curse word. By the way, it's not cursing. It's cussing. Let's get that. Let's get that straight too. If I say a cuss word, I have a chance of losing my channel due to the fact they think they should censor everybody's stuff so it's not offensive and hurt people's feelings. That's what they're saying. Now, so guess what? If they're going, if they're doing that and they're saying they're doing that to everybody, quit cussing. Just saying, might not have your channel come tomorrow because it might be offensive and hurt someone's feelings, and it might hurt someone's sensitive little ears. That's how far they've gone to censoring. That means they're going to start censoring the left. Uh-oh. What's going to happen then when most everything, yeah, I'm saying I'm bad, and I'll tell you that now. I cuss like a sailor, buddy. Uh, but what's going to happen when you have your videos out there that are laden with the F bomb and everything else like that? They're laden with any other cuss word. See, I don't care if you type it. I can't say it. That's what they're saying. There goes even the left's free speech. Oops. And you were backing that wholeheartedly. Let's get rid of Trump. Let's get rid of the right wingers. Let's get rid of everybody. And now they're coming after you. I warned you. I warned you. Once the right is gone, what is left? I know you are, Jay. I know you are. I, that is the slang definition of it. You should look up the word cuss. That is the true definition of using a profane, obscene language. And cursing is also to use the Lord's name in vain, and a few other definitions along with that Webster Dictionary, Mr. Man. And it also states that is the slang use of curse. So, see, there you go. You're being very, uh, how we say, uh, you're right, but you ain't telling the whole truth. So you, Mr. Man, are just as bad as the media, which I'm sure you're trying to the way you're now in here and acting. It almost makes me wonder if you're a plant for the media, Mr. Man. Are you? Because you sure are defending them, and you're defending them just exactly the way they would defend themselves, with partial truths, made up lies, made up stories, made up. Uh, yeah, you seem to be doing the very same thing, Mr. Man. Talk outside of both sides of your mouth, Mr. Man. Actually, I should say type outside, type with both hands, no, I guess both sides of your hands. Oh, far from a liberal. Far from a liberal. But I ain't an extreme right wingist either. Demonization and bullcrap. GLG dog, who the heck is that? What I'm speaking the truth. By speaking the truth, I have a bad thing. There you go, Steve Measure. I can agree with that. Okay, I will look him up then. TLG Dog. Hey, I could be. How are you, man? Oh, that was just me. That was just me goading him along. That's all. Do I think he's a plant? I doubt it. I doubt the chances of them being worried about me, my crap, is next to nothing. Okay. Uh, do you think I think he's planted in here by the news? Oh my God, I doubt it. They got a hell of a lot worse people to worry about me. The most targeted citizens. Okay. But no, I was just giving Mr. Man there some crap there. That's all I wanted. You drive a Burgundy Crown Vic. Cool. Awesome. No, I didn't know you drove some Burgundy Crown Vic. I figured you'd be in a solid white unmarked paparazzi car. Actually, there, Mister Man. You'll win, Jason. I guarantee you, you'll win. You'll win that drinking contest. So I can't put $300 on the line for it. But I'd still try to drink with you. That would be nice to see, bouncer. That would be nice to see. I love you too, man. You're good. You're good, Jason. But hell, I'll still drink with you. You know that. You're just gonna outdrink me, I ass. I know. But fishing sounds like a hell of a good time, dude. A Joe Cool car. Okay, so that Mr. Man is you're trying to say is Joe Cool? Yes, that's exactly what we're looking at. I could be. And 100 days mandate for sure. 100-day mandate. He's pressing that 100-day lockdown and 100-day mandate. He's still pressing that. He said it again today. Hello, Trevor. Oh, hey, Trevor. How you doing? It's been a long time since I seen you, man. Uh, do you know how quick it is? That's wrong. Fizzy, you might want to go back and listen to that. You might want to go back and listen to that. And yes, he did say it was 100-day mandate for masks. You got it partially right again, Fizzy. You all just get things partially right. You only listen to what you want to listen to, or you want to, or y'all want to just go ahead and uh, go ahead and just say what you want to say. Yeah, so you did say that it would be on federal land. Guess what? I want you to know something. You don't own your land. Who owns your land? The feds. So you might want to think about that. You may own your house. You may own what you built on that land. But you don't own that land underneath of it. You want to make a bet? Let them call. Let them call say that your land is needed for the betterment of the people. That's all they got to say. And you'll see how quick you're out. And they tear down your house that you built, or your parents built, or your great grandpa built, or your grandpa built. I've seen it with my own eyes. Guarantee you don't. As of what was that? 2000 and 9, I think it was 2009. Everybody had no mineral rights to nothing. That was passed by Obama, so you know. All mineral rights reserve. The government owns all reserves all right to all minerals under any individual land. So yet again, wrong again. Unless you aren't here in the United States, Mister Man. Now I can say I don't know about here in the states. Or I know about here in the states. I don't know about you over in another country. If you're in another country, I don't know Canada. I don't know how they do their stuff. I don't know how Australia does their stuff with that. Well, then you don't own your rights. Government holds rights to that. Listen, man. And Obama passed it, made sure to pass it. So your federal land, your house, and whatever you got on it, uh, you you're on federal land. So no matter where you're at, you're supposed to wear a mask, including in your own house. Including in your own house. Why do you think the oil people in Illinois, the oil people in Indiana, and things like that went after Obama so hard when he passed that? Because they owned the mineral rights. That was all over the news how they went after Obama for that. Because they lost all their mineral rights. They lost the right to their oil well because that falls under the mineral rights. Damn. I'm so sorry to tell you. And when they come in there and say, you ain't got a mask on, and you're on federal land, Mr. Man, then I get to tell you, I told you so. It'd be great. Oh no, I'm one of the most informed. You're one of the least informed about your own land, there, Mister Man. Fuzzy, what are you talking about? They serve their purpose for what they are meant for. Oh, you talking about the mask? Uh, I ain't accepting anything on that, and I already explained that. So, Mister Fizzy, what I'm accepting is maybe y'all might have found a second shot. They don't. They don't. They're paying you for the use of land to uh, be able to get the mineral out of it. And they do that all over. Does that mean you own the mineral rights? No, it does not. You know, Shell pays them people now almost in Illinois almost $6,000, but they went to the government and even held rallies against the government when Obama passed that. So why would they do that? Maybe to pay you off. You're taking a bribe there, Mr. Man, just to shut your mouth. I think you're bribable. I think you just took a bribe to shut your mouth. Either that or you took a bribe to be stupid. Mr. Man. Bribe worked, it looks like. Bribe worked very well for you. You took the bribe to either remain stupid or you took the bribe to keep your mouth shut. And so you were bribed off for $4,500 a month when if they're getting oil off your land, Mister Man. Don't you think you should get a little more than that? I would think so. But you got bribed. There you go, Bouncer. I agree, Steve. I agree. Up to you, Trevor. I don't have that type of respect for people because I've never. I can tell you now, they don't show that type of respect. But but I can say you probably maybe think a little bit more than me. I'm not dissing you on that, Trevor. Not at all. I I appreciate that way of thinking. I really do. My way of thinking, no. I agree, Steve. I agree. And I agree on that, Steve. I care about others, but not in that way. Especially when the masks have scientific proof they don't work. I seen that, Salty. Matter of fact, I left a message on his site that said, "Watch out, you two. He's probably back with a vengeance." I agree, Steve. I agree with you on that. Hey, King Nine, what's up, man? How are you? Hope you're well. You might want to look at the new scientific facts that are coming out, Mr. Physics. Again, yet again, wrong. Next, you say the scientific fact is that everybody under lockdown is not going to catch the COVID when in California, where the worst lockdowns are, supposedly they're having the biggest rise of COVID. Oh, wow. Everybody wears a mask in California as well, damn near. And they got some of the biggest rises in the COVID. Oh, wow. How is it working, Fizzy? How is it working? Please tell me when states that have the worst lockdowns and the worst mandates for masks, and people are doing it, and it's still some of the worst cases. And California's so full of it right now that they don't even have room. They have to bring in the National Guard to tents, erect tents, so they have room for their COVID patients. And yet they have the worst lockdowns, and they got the worst mandates for keeping the mask on. And what I mean by the worst is if you get caught without a mask, they got some of the highest penalties in the nation. They have people locked down so bad that the only people that are open are uh, the big businesses like Walmart and Target, but no little business can do it. But yet it works. Oh, you might. I guess you ain't been watching California. Florida ain't complaining about not having no room in their hospitals for their COVID patients. And Florida's had the least restrictive uh, face mask and least restrictive lockdowns in the nation. And they are not complaining that they cannot fit another person in their ICUs and in their emergency room, and that we need to call the National Guard to erect tents so we can have people taken care of, just like they are in California. It was a totally opposite of Florida. Wrong again. They are actually number 20 on that list, Mr. Fizzy. I just looked that up before I came in here because I like keep an eye on that. So there you go. There's your lies. There is your lies, Mr. Fizzy. Oh my God. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again for looking the fool. Everything points to you being wrong, Mr. Fizzy, even by your per capita. Oops. Oh, no. Actually, California is still have some has some of the worst amounts per day. Yet again, wrong again, Fizzy. Wrong again. See, but that shows you don't keep up with the time. It shows you only want to read what you want to read. But I was reading the CDC. I was reading the CDC reports. Louisiana. Okay, let's not cherry pick states. You're the one who cherry picked it. You said the ones that have not uh, forced lockdowns and forced masks are the ones that have the highest rate of this. You're going by stats from states. You got to. Oops, there you go. Your stats are proven through the states and what they report. Hey, sis, son, how are you? And I gave you the least restrictive state in the United States to prove that statement wrong. The least restrictive in the United States is number 20 on the list and has no problems with their ERs or their ICUs. None. The least restrictive in the United States, Florida. The least restrictive in the United States is Florida. And they don't have no problem with their ICU. They have no problem with their ERs. They have they have not asked the National Guard to come into their state and please erect tents so we can deal with our COVID patients. The least restrictive state. And yet I got accused of watching too much mainstream media. Mr. Fizzy should be the one that should be accused of watching too much mainstream media. Mr. Ass, because he's going right out of the playbook of mainstream media right now. He didn't even know Florida's because mainstream media is not reporting on Florida. Because if they did, it would go against mainstream media's propaganda and narrative. That's why he didn't know about Florida until I brought it up to him. He didn't even know. He's like, oh, they were one of the worst. But yet they have yet to say, oh, we're having such a problem with our COVID that that we're going to have to call the National Guard in and ask them to erect tents for us so we can handle our patients properly. Oh, South Dakota ain't done that either. Neither has North Dakota. California has. Damn it, man. Ooh. And they're locked down so bad that you can't. They're locked up so tight you couldn't. You might as well call California a ghost town right now. The whole state, they're locked up so tight. They got the worst fines in the United States for not wearing your mask. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Mm. Horton, here's a who. There's your name. Thank you, Bishop. Now we got Dr. Seuss in the house. He's going to tell us how to live because Dr. Seuss knows what he does. He knows what he says is the truth. Not, we got Horton here's a who. So that's Dr. Seuss. He knows the truth. Remember, when you were a little kid, Dr. Seuss knew everything. Remember that, kids. Dr. Seuss knows all. Dr. Seuss sees all. Dr. Seuss was the new Confucius of the modern age. Oh, I did. I've learned to think for myself quite a bit. That's why I do research. Dr. Seuss. Oh man. Orton here's a who. My God, I ain't heard that particular title in a long time. Dr. Seuss. Orton here's a who. Wow. A freaking elementary school book characters trying to tell me how I should do things. Oh man. An elementary school book character is trying to tell me what I think versus what I know. I'm glad Dr. Seuss came into my room. Oh my God! The where's Dr. Phil? Dr. Seuss. Very few and far between, Trevor. Very few and far between. Where's Dr. Phil? Dr. Seuss. I need Dr. Phil in here, man. You're getting me conflicted. Dr. Phil will know how to fix that. How I'm not conflicted no more. Come on, someone make a Dr. Phil, damn it. I'm waiting. Please make a Dr. Phil. This is getting funny. Actually, I never even heard of QAnon until here recently, and it was the Democrats that brought out the QAnon. Everything I've seen about QAnon, I don't like. I'm telling you that now. I don't like anything about QAnon. So I didn't know them. Your Dr. Phil at Tammy B. Free, J. Trevor. Thank you. So I know very little about QAnon. What I have read, I don't particularly care for it. They seem like they were just as much as wanting to mix humans with robots as what the Dems are trying to do now. So I think the only reason they demonized them is because QAnon didn't want to share the profits with them. Uh, Other than that, they're doing the same exact thing. Yeah, I want to know that one too, Steve Masher. Why didn't we wear a mask for the swine flu? Why didn't we wear a mask for the bird flu? Why didn't we wear a mask for mad cow disease? Them are all real diseases that supposedly made it right here to the United States too. Yes, sir. Swine flu, bird flu, and mad cow disease. Trevor, we're going to have to disagree on that one, buddy. Biden couldn't lead himself to water, much less lead a country. When the man couldn't even remember he was running for one of the most important positions in the United States, and that was the presidency. Not once, but twice. And he not once, but twice told people to make sure to vote for him so he retains his Senate seat. Not vote for me because I'm running for president. Vote for me to retain my Senate seat. He couldn't even remember that he was running for presidency. Thank you, Betsy, for all that. That was quite nice of you. You didn't have to. I appreciate you, though. So I can't say how good of a leader he's going to be. When he gets asked a question today, I watched that too. He gave a talk today of what he plans on doing. He got asked three questions, not very hard questions either. They were low ball questions. I mean, shit, nothing compared to what they give Trump. Oops, I cussed. Ooh, I said a cuss word. I probably have my channel set down by tomorrow. I'm almost bet on it. But his stuff they asked him was like low ball questions, man, very low. And he looked like just like that. He looked like the proverbial deer in the headlights, man. Literally. He didn't know what to say. He didn't know what to do. He didn't have a teleprompter to read from. So he knew how to answer them questions. So he was lost. I mean, lost. Don't ask him anything that he ain't got a teleprompter to tell him how to answer. So he could sit there and read it word for word how to answer that question. And that's our leader. So I don't want that as a leader. Because what happens when someone comes up from another country and asks him a question, he ain't got a teleprompter to help him to know how to answer that question because it wasn't worded the way it should have been to answer the question properly off of a teleprompter. There you go, Betsy. It must be a good thing, Mr. Fizzy, that they ain't, because, like I said, they're number 20 on the list for the worst cases of COVID. And dropping, I might add. And dropping. Oh my God. I'm Mr. Fizzy. I'm right. I love it. Oh, you've been proven wrong all the way around, Mr. Fizzy. You just don't think you have. But that just shows you how much of a fool you are. Keep proving yourself the fool, Mr. Fizzy. Keep proving yourself the fool. Because you said every state that has hardly any restrictions and lockdowns is going up. Louisiana's dropping about like a rock too, I might add. Oops, I didn't pinpoint a state. Louisiana's going down in there. They've lifted restrictions pretty well. Texas ain't got a very bad problem with it either, and they've got some pretty loose restrictions too. As a matter of fact, Stephen Pender was in his live stream, who lives in Texas, went in this store without a mask. Mm. Do you hear any of those three states? Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky. Any of them states saying, "Oh, we need the National Guard to come in because our ERs are overflowing. We can't deal with what's going on. Our ICUs are clogged to the point we got to erect tents and put them outside so we can take care of our patients." No, you ain't. You could claim population density, but the problem is California has more hospitals per capita per people than any of the states I just said. So yet again, Mr. Fizzy, your per capita just got blown out of the window. I just looked that up, by the way. So your little per capita just got blown out of the window. So your population thing just went out the window. Yet again, Mr. Fizzy is wrong. To get your per capita, you have to have your population density added into that, Mr. Fizzy. That shows you how stupid your comments are. Thank you for making me look good, though, Mr. Fizzy. Dumbass redneck. Oof, damn. Oh my God, that's exactly how that works. That's how they get the per capita of the citizens in a given area is population density. Oh my God, the number of people per capita in a given area is the population density. Oh my God. Oh my God. I got it, GD. You probably got a freaking doctorate somewhere, Mr. Fizzy. And I got a GD, and I know that. Wow. Look the fool, Mr. Fizzy. Look the fool. Uh, oh, yes, please, please tell us what you got here, Mr. Fizzy. Please tell us what you got so I could either brag about making you look a fool for having a doctorate or look the fool because you're too stupid to know and understand what you're reading. So far, please, come on, come on, please, come on, Fizzy. Actually, I wouldn't know. I never, I have not looked at her birth certificate, so I don't know. And let's see here. Now, so you know, I want you to know this. Did you know there's over 300 and 55 results of different Ashley Abbotts? Just saying. Again, you're believing your mainstream media. 355 results for Ashley Abbott. And they range anywhere between 14 to 68 that I'm looking at right now. That's a quick glance. That's a lot of people to look through. So but them are the ranges that I can see right quick, right off the bat, that quick. 14 to 58. I ain't, I don't believe anything gets put out on the mainstream media. That's the problem. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. But mandates for masks and lockdowns than any other state in the United States. The least restricted. And you're right. You're right, Steve Manager. You're so right with that statement. There you go, Bouncer. I agree with that statement, and I have said it many, many times. Oh, yeah, I guess you ain't watched that one thing. What's that called? Where they got that round table. They got people that are that'll argue one side and then the other, things like that. I don't, that shows you how much I watch it. But I do know they got a balancing thing. They got one lady that hates Trump on there, and then the next hour they got another lady that loves him. I mean, so yeah, they're pretty well balanced on. And you believe that? Why? Well, I agree with you on that, Fox, or Fizzy, but so is the rest of all mainstream media, opinion news. Or have you not listened? I think this is what needs to happen. I hear that all the time, especially on CNN. This is my opinion. Heard that a lot on CNN as well. Oh, thank you for bringing that. Yes, at least you know that's to be the truth, Busy. But yet you spread his opinions like wildfire. Now, now your free speech is cool. Oh, almost word for word you've been right with his narrative, Busy. And you do exactly what he does. I'm not wrong. I'm all right when you got proven wrong. You do exactly what he does too. You almost make you would be a great Don Lemon if Don Lemon passed away from cancer tomorrow. You would be great to take his place, Busy. Great to take his place. I'm just saying because you share you either you share the same views almost to a T, almost to a T, or you watch him and decide to spout his rhetoric and bullcrap. Yes, you do, Betsy, and I see that, and I appreciate that. You're awesome that way. Yes, I agree, Steve Manager. Unless you want to get stupid, uh, this ain't stupid. What Fizzy's doing, I ain't gonna say it's stupid. I appreciate it. I'll call him a fool all day long. Though. Other people are gonna believe me. That's fine. That's good. It's called having a diversity of opinions and a diversity on a topic. Okay. So that's well and good. Now, stupidity to ask me the same questions that's been answered already 40 times. No, we ain't going there. Um, things like that. Trying to bring my personal life into stuff that we ain't going. Not on this channel. You can do that on my StreamYards when I have StreamYards. You can do that all day long. That's what it's for. I told you all that. Here it ain't. Okay. You will get thrown out of the room for that stupid stuff. But me and Fizzy having a diverse opinion, no matter where I see where it's coming from, uh, is fine with me. Why do you think? Why do you think I ain't throwing Fizzy out? That's fine. You know. And I appreciate that. That's why you have never. I have called you a fool, and you took it with stride. I have. You have never asked me a personal question like that, Fizzy, and I appreciate that wholeheartedly. Us having a diversity, having a difference of opinion, that's great. Gives people things to think about. Might actually get people to think about actually doing some research and looking some stuff up. Just saying. Well, evidently not. Michigan had it done in less than 24 hours, man. Just saying. It must not take that long to count them mail in votes. I agree, Caterpillar. And I honestly, I know left people that actually say that about him too, Caterpillar. So And several have wished that he would be taken off the air. That I know, for the simple fact he is so, they don't want him talking for them. Let's put it that way, because he's so far out there. They don't want him talking for them. Okay. And I ain't never told anybody they had to listen to what I had to say. If they choose to listen to what I have to say, that's fine. Please do. Uh, but I also say, do your research. Don't take my word for it. I say that a lot. Uh, don't take my word for it. Do your research. Become informed while you still can. That's all I can say. Yeah, Betsy's not a political type person. She'll say she comes here, she moderates for me. If I ask her to get someone out of my room because I ain't got the time or the opportunity to do it, she will. She just really likes to moderate. She'll throw out some stuff that I talk about, have done research on, and you that way you can see for yourself, which is good. And I appreciate that from her wholeheartedly. She's a great person. Probably you, Fizzy, if you're smelling it. I ain't got a scratch and sniff computer, so I, and I don't smell one, so it was either you or your dog or your cat or whatever you got with you. You're right, Betsy, and you have. And YouTube, you've always been a pro lurker. Always been a pro lurker. I love you for it too. You're a good man. So, yeah, yeah, they are almost about as bad as Camilla's upper lip. I'm sure, or however you say her name, the vice president elect. Oh, by the way, here was a neat and interesting thing that was brought up. She is not, by her own admissions, a true United States citizen. If Biden is thrown out of office, bye bye. Okay, Kamala. And Nancy Pelosi's about to be thrown out on her ear by her own party uh, for other reasons. Wow. So just saying, just to let you know. Can't be president if you ain't an American citizen. That a natural American citizen. It's another reason why they want to get rid of that damn Constitution, man. Say it's outdated. Uh, Actually, Fizzy, so you know, they said it was approximately 180. They've only done 100 arrests, so it wasn't hundreds. You can't use that in plural. That's even your mainstream media quoting that number. Oh, they said it was 179 people made it into the Capitol. And that's right out of their freaking mouths, right out of CNN, ABC, NBC, Fox, all of them, all your mainstream medias, and most of your small stream medias. 179. So you can't use that in plural. All you can say is, all you can say is 179. Use your numbers. You can't say hundreds. You screwed up your own demonization. Your people that you follow screwed up their own demonization. There, it shows how much of a lie they are. They can't even keep their own lies straight. They go from saying 179 people to hundreds, and then they go back to saying 179 people. And from what I've seen, that looks like that number was high. But I'm going to give you the 179 that they're saying everywhere. There's been 100 arrested as of today, Busy. Again, reported by all your mainstream media and all your little medias. 100 as of today, and they sure. And there's one guy. They keep talking about this guy on all of them. His face was completely uncovered. Okay, completely uncovered, and they actually put out a $2,000 uh, reward for information leading to who this guy is. And they got all this facial recognition, and they got all this other stuff. They've had thousands of leads, I'm sure, with a $2,000 reward for him. I'm sure thousands of leads, and they sure in the hell can't figure out who this dude is. That's interesting. There's just some interesting facts. They got the CIA, FBI, and probably a couple other alphabet soup agencies out there looking for this dude. Can't find him. It got so to the point that they're so baffled that they're out offering a $2,000 reward for it. Wow. So why can't they find this dude? All you got to do is go look at the last CNN broadcast that you like to quote so much from. There, Fizzy. Go look at your last ABC broadcast too. Very little. I don't watch sports often. All I know is I want the Kansas City Chiefs to win a Super Bowl. That's all I know. I'm glad they won one last year. I'd like to see them win another one this year. Movies, I hardly watch anymore. I used to when I was younger. But I'm so far behind movies that it ain't even funny. Just saying. Thank you for bringing that statement out. And as I said, you just proved what I was saying and contradicted yourself. Thank you. Let's see here. I'm looking at USA Today, Global News, USA Today again, ABC News, Fox, ABC News, Fox, uh, Bloomberg, Sky, NBC News, The Guardian, Washington Post, all talking about how many people were in the Capitol. I just named it off for you. And I'll tell you the search I used in YouTube, how many people were in the Capitol. So you know. Go do what I just told you what to do. If I gave you the links, I'd be here all night. Ain't gonna do it. I told you what to do. Put in a search in YouTube. How many people were in the Capitol? Have fun with that. That's all you got to do. And the thing is, uh, they had you can't go past that, Fizzy. Why can you not go past that number of being in there? Because they had 2 hours to get inside the Capitol. 2 hours. If they stormed the Capitol, they would have been in the Capitol guaranteed in those 2 hours. So you can't go past that number. If you do, you're a hypocritical liar. Hey, Bama Green Eyes. So there's your hypocritical lying skills coming in if you go past that number. Because if they stormed the Capitol, they would have been inside the Capitol with the 2 hours that they had to get inside the Capitol. Uh, and you can't use that they stormed the Capitol when there's videos out there everywhere of cops opening the the bicycle rack gates for the people to walk on through. I don't do Facebook Patriot Defense. I'm sorry. Um, but I guess that's something Patriot Defense thinks you should go look at. I don't do Facebook, so, but I can tell you now, Patriot Defense ain't gonna screw you over or anything. That's it, bouncer. That's it. And I also showed, thanks to Eric Brandt and Odo, what was it, 2 days ago now, where they escorted the, the guy with the biggest terrorist of them all, the guy with the buffalo horn and coyote head or coyote fur headdress. How they escorted him in, the police escorted him in, let him say a prayer, and then let him walk out. The police escorted him in. They weren't so scared when it came to that quote unquote God chamber. The godly chamber that they say is not godly. Uh, it's only godly when it suits their evil agenda. Uh, they weren't so afraid of them then. Now were they? Just saying. They were scared. They were scared. They were scared. Shit. They were so scared they escorted them. They didn't run from them. They escorted them. They were so scared. That's a bullshit lie right there. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm going to stand there right next to them and walk right with them and talk with them and be friends with them. I'm so scared. Like if I'm scared of something, I'm going to get away from it. Honestly, they were so scared. Don't make excuses. But now you're looking at full again. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm going to stand right next to him. Why the guy's got a spear in his hand? He's got me in fear. I'm not going to pull my gun. I'm not going to pull my taser. I'm not going to pull my mace. Nothing. I'm so scared. Yeah, there you go, bouncer. Uh, one of the stupidest statements I ever read or ever heard, especially after seeing that video. The cop was sitting there talking to him as he was coming in, as well as he was escorting him into that room. I was scared. I was so scared. I'm going to talk to you like my friend. Well, you got a spear in your hand, and I'm not going to do nothing about it. I'm not even going to try to tase you or mace you, man. I'm so scared. Please. I know if I'm scared of something, I want to get away from whatever I'm scared of. It'd be about like saying, I got blowed up in a bomb because I was scared and I wanted to make friends with the bomb, though. Oh, scared. It'd be the same thing, same equivalency, same way of thinking. Oh, guy did exactly what he wanted to do. He sat there, he walked right in there, he said his prayer, and he walked out. There you go, bouncer. There you go. I'm sure Patriot Defense. I'm sure. Let's see. And what really gets me, if you watch that video, here I'll give you that video, by the way, and watch how that officer reacts to that strike to the head from that fire extinguisher. Now they're even saying that Officer Signick, who supposedly got hit in the head with a fire extinguisher, may not have been even part of that video. It first bounces off of a man who has a helmet on head, and then it bounces into that other police officer's head that did not have a helmet on. And he seemed to be perfectly fine after the blow. Just saying. But that's the video they used That's the video they used to claim that that was the killing shot to a cop at the very beginning. That wasn't Officer Signet that got hit in the head in that either. Or ain't you looking? Officer Signet don't have a mustache and a beard. The guy that got hit in the head after it bounced off someone's helmet had a mustache and a beard. See, they can't even keep their own lies straight. Even in, the insider had to come out because they realized they cannot keep this lie straight. And so many people are noticing the inconsistency in the lie that Officer Signet may not have been involved in this particular incident. And the insider is a left leaning, very left leaning program and always has been. But that was the initial video they showed for days about that police officer that got hit in the head with a fire extinguisher killed. There's you some major food for thought. They can't because they know that their lie will not hold, Fizzy. But that was the original video that they tried to demonize with. And once they found out that that lie cannot hold no more, they had to change their story. And that's what that was, a straight up demonization and a lie. I think Bouncer Slab is on to something there when they, or whoever it was that said, I, um, uh, the, I think it was Bouncer Slab that said it. Uh, no, it was Patriot Defense. Excuse me. Patriot Defense said that you'll probably never see whatever happened to that man that supposedly killed the cop with a fire extinguisher. Probably never see whatever happened to him. Why? Because they started out with a lie and perpetuated the lie to the point that they could not hold the lie straight anymore. You know, they used to do retractions back in the day when they did something like that. No, they just changed the narrative and they changed the propaganda to something else. Oh, they do anymore. Yeah, but that cop didn't die. That wasn't even the cop that supposedly died. I'll be back. Hold on a second, guys. Hey, Perth, how are you, hon? No, it don't say no. Say no to crack. It's a Notre Dame shirt, so you know. It's the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. It's warm, and my adopted mama gave it to me. There you go, caterpillar. There you go. That I, you know, Bouncer. Not too long ago, I went to the hospital, and that particular hospital had 175 freaking people in it. That's supposedly overflowing, can't fit no more. Got people in the ER, you got people in the actual room for the ER, and then just outside the room of the ER in the halls, things like that. Never seen such a thing when I went in there, and I went to the emergency room. Matter of fact, I was in the emergency room so quick that I've never been in an emergency room that quick in my entire life, ever. So, oh, you might want to listen to the thing. The You might want to get on the reports about right here in Rochester, Fizzy. You got COVID patients sitting in the ER. You got COVID patients sitting outside the ER room. You got so many COVID patients there in the ICU so full they can't fit another one in the ICU. I went by the ICU. I seen two people in the ICU. I mean, damn. Too bad I was there in an emergency capacity for myself, and I didn't have a way to video it. I'd love to video that. I was in there in an emergency capacity on my own. Uh, Fizzy, I don't go to the hospital just to go to the hospital, dude. Never have in my entire life, and don't want to start now. There you go. Oh, I'm fine, Fizzy. I'm fine. I wish you nothing but good health, man. I'll tell you that now. I wish everybody good health. I agree. Like I said, I don't hate you, Fizzy. I mean, uh, it's great. It's great to have this uh, type of dialogue. It's great to be able to talk about difference of opinion. I have no hate for you. I don't. I mean, so as a matter of fact, you're just making me do more research, you asshole. Oops, I cussed again. Patriot Defense, if you read the actual reports for hospitals here in Rochester, you will see they say in them reports and on the news, the local uh, what do they call that news feed. It says there are people in the ER that are COVID. There are people sitting outside the ER rooms that are COVID. That the ICU is so full they cannot fit another person in the ICU. So, and that's the truth. So, I just wanted you to know that's what they're saying. When I went there, I did not see what they were saying. Quite the opposite. As a matter of fact, they even put a warning out. If you did not have to go to the hospital at that time, don't go. Basically, they were saying if you stubbed your toe, don't go to the hospital. Only go in extreme emergencies due to the fact of the way that was set up. Right. Yeah. I mean, so well, I get the news feed every day on my phone and all the new local news and stuff around here. And there's you another thing. Oh, Como's so hip to wanting to uh, uh, open New York now, and I'll tell you why. There's 200 separate people suing him. They will not go into a group lawsuit. They said they all want to sue him separately because they don't want a lump sum that won't hurt his pocket enough. They want they took one of their words was if he took everything from me, I want to take everything from him. I like that, Baker. Evidently, he's very scared they are. And I hate to tell you, they got some of the best lawyers in the world going after him right now. Don't tell me about this. I'm right here. I'm living it. I'm right here. I know exactly what's going on here. They got some of the best lawyers in the world, not just the United States, the world here going after Andrew Cuomo. I've been seeing some of your stuff right now, Perth. I've been watching a lot of your stuff. Quite interesting stuff. I guarantee you that ain't the truth, Fizzy. I would bet you a thousand for 10 money on that. That's why he's so scared and wanting to let everything open. And he actually went from one day stating, "Oh, we got to lock it down. We got to lock it down. Oh, we got to keep it locked down. Don't care what anybody says." He was even defying Biden's 100-day lockdown thing. He says, "We got to keep it locked down even past that," to the very next day saying, "Oh, we're opening. Oh, I'm even going to let the restaurants open. I'm going to let the bars open. I'm going to let the little businesses open. I'm going to let everybody open in one day's time, not a week, not anything else. One day he defied even Biden's 100-day lockdown, saying we got to stay locked down further than that, to the very next day stating, oh, we got to open everything. That's when he got hit with those 200 lawsuits. Really, Perth? Wow. Wow. I hate that you got shut down, girl. You were putting out some real shit, some good shit, and real shit. Oh, yeah, he does. You might want to go watch that one too, Fishy. He just talked about it today in his speech. He said he wanted a 100-day lockdown. He wanted a 100-day mask mandate on all federal land. So since you don't own your own land, you're on federal land. Oops. So your house, you're going to, by his own words, you're even your own house, you're going to have to wear a mask. And it ain't that big of a deal. I'm just asking you for 100 more days. That's what he said. Wow, Perth. Wow. So what you're saying is right now they have you censored over there in Australia as bad as they're trying to censor us here. That's that. Yep, there you go, Bouncer. Especially since there's actually two groups now, and they did a report on that not too long ago. There's two groups. The first group's about 40,000 people, and then the next group is 20,000. So that's 60,000 people trying to get into the United States from Guatemala. And they're in such tight quarters and running together for hours and walking together for hours. Wow, that's coming to our borders, coming to a border near you. Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. But you're too stupid to, again, to listen to it all. I ain't gonna say stupid. I'm gonna say foolish. I want to quit using that word. I ain't gonna say you're stupid because you are a pretty smart person. You seem to be a pretty smart person. You're just being foolish. Being foolish. Yep, Perth, you're right. You're right. I have read that part. And I think me, you, and just very few others. What was it about the time that started? We're preaching about that. Oh, and how many hundreds of people said, "Oh, it ain't never going to happen. It ain't never going to happen." I've seen it on your sites. I've seen it on my site. I had people in my chats. I've seen several people say, "Oh, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen." It's happening. But I did what you said, Perth. You asked me to read that that particular thing, an agenda 201 thing. So it was quite predictable. Everything that's been happening right now has been quite predictable, including the mass migrations from Guatemala. to the United States. If it's such conspiracy trash, Busy, then why are they going by the book right out of it? You can predict exactly what's going to happen. Months. Yeah, first I could say a year and a half, probably, before it happened. Hey, Perth, I got a question. Are you a fortune teller, hon? I know I ain't. Do you use the crystal ball to tell people's fortunes and tell the world their fortune? I know I don't. Just saying. I did read something she asked me to read, and I appreciate it. I agree, Bouncer, but again, Fizzy's doing the CNN narrative right now. I, yes, I agree, Perth. I agree. I agree. I think it's Joe Biden, honestly, Bouncer Slab. Amen to that, girl. Amen to that. I agree with you on that, Perth. Yeah, I think this is Sleepy Joe right here, trying to next he'll say, "Remember to vote for me for Congress." Wait, he's gonna say it. I'm waiting on it. I did mention today because he did say it today. He said it at about 8 o'clock this morning. Bouncer Slab. He reiterated his own words at about 8 o'clock in the morning. His speech wasn't done at 8 o'clock in the morning, Busy. Ah, damn. And that's why there's 60,000 people that are coming because Biden, what was it? I think it was 3 days ago, said they got about 100 days and then he's locking down the border. And they even stated that. They even got some of them, some of them refugees or immigrants or whatever you want to call them, stating that got 100 days and then he's locking down the border. Get here. So that's why such big groups of people are coming. I understand. You want to? I'll probably be shutting it down here shortly first, but I appreciate it. You try to have a good night and enjoy. Well, actually, I should say good day for you and enjoy. And I appreciate you. I really do, Kurt. I really do. I ain't scared of brown people either. As a matter of fact, them are distant relatives from down the way in the chain of life. I have no problem with them. I do have a problem with them though if this virus is so real or any other diseases that they may be bringing not being kept in check and just allowed to go into the population. I do have a problem with them coming in here and being able to and capable of getting free money that people who have worked all their lives and get injured have to fight for a year to 2 years to get, and they walk in here and get it handed to them. I have a problem with that. I have a big freaking problem with that. Yeah, something that Trump was able and capable of stopping. They were being handed SSI. They were handed food stamps. They were handed all sorts of government subsidies to come here. I have a big problem with that. Hey, William Mason, when people of the United States have to fight for 2 years to get the same exact stuff, I have a big problem with that. Exact thing they're handed when they ain't put a dang dime to the economy. I have a problem. Big problem. Why is it that the people that have paid all their lives and all of a sudden get hurt, get cancer, that is life debilitating cancer, whatever, and they have to fight for years to get that? Literally, I've seen people fight as much long as 6 years because they were told they couldn't have it. They didn't fit the bill, and they come walking across the border and they fit the bill immediately. I have a big problem with that. A big problem. And they ain't put a dime to our economy. I have big I have big issues with that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Busy. Didn't I just say people that worked their asses off and paid in? I think them were my words. I just said people who worked their ass off and give into this economy and give into the country. All right, I will. Caterpillar here. Do you have a? I'll give you monitor moderation power. Here, Caterpillar. Do you have a link to his channel? I would love to go to his channel. I never seen him be scared of any of them, honestly. I ain't seen him scared of nobody, honestly. I'm telling you that now. If you can give me a link to that caterpillar, I would appreciate it. You got it. I gave you a wrench. You can post it. I agree with you wholeheartedly with that statement, William Mason. Well, if you look, 99.9% of the drugs that are brought into this country from another country come from an immigrant. If you're coming from another country and you're a person that is not of the country, that means you're an immigrant or you're someone that is not of this nation. So therefore, when you bring something into this country illegally, well, guess what? You fall under that bill. You might want to tell them that the 40,000 and then the 20,000 right behind them who think they're coming right into this freaking country and going to cross the border as soon as they get to the border and cross right into this country. You might want to tell them that because that sure the hell ain't what they think. uh, what about red? What about yellow? See, you're being racist there, Fuzzy. You're leaving out ethnic groups now. What the hell? You you're being racist there, man. From other countries by other people that are not of this country. Yeah, there's a group out there that call themselves yellow, man. Don't ask me, dude. They say it, I don't. They look brown to me. I'm telling you, they do. They look brown to me, but they say they're yellow. You go talk to them about that. Don't talk to me about that. I think they're brown, but by God, they'll argue till the cows come home. They're yellow. Okay, I'm telling you. So actually, they are a mixed race of Oriental, and I believe I'm wanting to say black. Uh, uh, and they come out of the Orient. Uh, so I want to say they're mixed race of Oriental and black, but by God, they'll tell you they're yellow. I'm telling you that now. Just saying. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it can turn you yellow if you have too much alcohol in your liver. You go jaundice. I'm waiting to hear that one too, Fizzy. There might be, for all I know. Might be, dude. Might be, man. I ain't heard it yet, but I'm sure it's coming. Uh, so just letting you know, you too, busy man. Yeah, we good. Y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and shut down. I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate every one of y'all being here. I really do. Y'all have a uh, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, whatever the case may be. I am out.